Hi Scorpio, I'm here to do your full moon reading. The full moon is in Pisces. Your ruler, or your ancient Greek Hellenistic ruler, is creating a square to the moon and the sun. All right, Mars, which is in Gemini. There is a supportive trine from Mercury to Mars, okay, and that is the ruler of Gemini and Virgo. So overall, I deem it as positive. Doesn't mean that there won't be any tensions. You're popping here with the Emperor, so there may be strong feelings around a boss or father-like figure, or you may be this figure around the time of the full moon. Okay, you're processing a lot of things from the past with the South Node in your sign. Okay, the trajectory is to move towards the new and transform with Uranus and Mars. Okay, with Uranus and the North Node in Taurus and your 7-7 opposite sign. And I do see you doing that. I have the Emperor and the Chariot here, okay? Some of you, it shows that you're in a process of healing if you do try to move on towards the future, okay? And you'll need to tap into Jupiter to do that with the Chariot being here, okay? That is currently in Aries, all right? And I just want to take a look. Let me just put you on the ascendant here. That's in your 6th house of service. There may be some healing going on in your 6th house of service, how you serve others. You know, if you are in a partnership where you do the majority of the work or something of this sort, there just may be a lot of heavy responsibilities or some sort of transition here. Pardon me. Pardon me. My nose always itches, but I'm like on the right track. So anyways, sorry. And you're popping here with the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. It's 2 fours. Okay, something significant about foundations has changed or is changing, okay? And collaborations and or contracts could be involving a marriage, okay? I do show that some of you are resting or healing from something right now, quite significant. Could revolve again around a father figure, your own issues around fatherhood if you're a father yourself, or issues that you're grappling with about your own father and bringing the changes that you want and the father you want to be into the future, something like this, okay? You also pop with some oracle cards here that are rather interesting. I've got abandoned, rejected, intrusion, and isolation. So some of you may be feeling, or someone around you is feeling feelings of abandonment or rejection, or you're questioning these issues within yourself. Could be revolving around your issues as a father, okay? It looks like there's a lot of competition around those issues. I'm pulling with a 5 of Wands here when I ask for a clarification on that card. I'm going to get another one. And the World. There's something ending with competition. Okay, I feel like this is a lot of internal work here, Scorpio. It may not be all on the surface right now, but it may have a lot to do with partnerships and contracts that have undergone extreme transformation. Okay, there's a lot of thinking or thought going on in the 12th house. It may be issues that you're not currently communicating with everyone. You know, that can give you an overwhelming feeling of isolation, especially if you have a lot of thoughts that are going on in the back of your mind that are rather deep that you're not sharing, okay? And you can be rather deep. You're popping here on the Chariot with the Sun, okay? That is, you know, the happiest card in the deck. And the Ace of Swords. There's some sort of truth here coming in about what your ultimate happiness is and moving towards it. That is the reason for this internal questioning that's going on here at this time. And this new beginning that you want to start. Okay, give me the 4 of Swords. Yeah, on the 4 of Swords, I see the High Priestess, okay, Piscean energy, and we have a Pisces full moon, okay? That full moon is going to be trining anything you have in Scorpio, and it does move rather fast. The moon moves rather fast. So regardless of where you are in Scorpio, you will probably feel the energy. Although those of you that are in Scorpio, closest to it, you know, between 10 and 20 degrees, will probably feel it most strongly. You know, that said, hold on one second. Give me another one on this. You may be healing around a Pisces or a love relationship, or really tapping into some healing that's intuitive at this time. Okay, I have on the 4 of Swords, the High Priestess, and the King of Cups. Give me one on this 4 of Wands. Sorry, my gods must be crazy. My cats are crazy. They're all Taurus. They're sister and brother. They get a little crazy at night, and they have these special mice. On this 4 of Wands, I have the emotions, the moon. Again, on a full moon, I love to pull with the moon. The King of Cups is you. You may also be dealing with a Pisces, or just really tapping into this Piscean energy here. Hang on a second. This really could be hitting on issues of a creative project or children you have, your own issues as a father, or dealing with another divine masculine or your own father, regardless of whether you're a feminine or a masculine. In addition to some heavy emotions around this at this time. Okay. With this Four of Wands, the advice from the universe, hold on one second, Scorpio. The advice from the universe, that be a new one or an old one that you're in, okay? There's some deep, heavy emotions and some blockades that you're forming around this time to guard you in regards to some mourning. Five of Cups is falling out when I'm dealing with that, and some sadness, okay? On this Three of Pentacles, if you do tap into this Four of Wands with the Moon and the Seven of Wands, really tap into this emotional healing. And if that's in your relationship, you know, you may need to do that. On this Three of Pentacles with this collaboration, there's some sort of collaboration that may be ending with a fire sign. I have the Three of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so there may be something that you were going to walk away from that you decide not to walk away from or work on, or there's something that needs to be walked away with a significant partner of yours. Could be could have fire in their chart. With the King of Wands, could be like a male figure. It does not have to be masculine energy behind the card. Could just be a boss or business owner or something else in an authoritative role that you have significant contracts or collaborations with here. There's something here that's ending, okay? And the advice from the universe is to work on that ending or that cleanup to get it done, okay? Could involve another person. Okay, give me 3 for advice for my Scorpio on this one. This is kind of intense, Scorpio. I will be doing your singled and troubled and love, as well as your regular readings this month as well. Strength. The Ten of Wands. A lot of heavy burden here. Okay, to finish some task that seems overwrought, maybe that you didn't have enough. Could involve love or new love, okay? I have Strength, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. There may be somebody you have a lot of love for here, but it's been a real heavy burden to love them, or something of this sort here that you're working on healing or working on transitioning away from one way or the other. There looks like there's a significant wrap up with contracts, even if you're not in the middle of a breakup, okay? Where other people may be involved, that you're looking to wrap up to start this new phase and end cattiness or competition in one way or another, okay? And you may have heightened emotions around this time in regards to those things. That is your full moon reading, my Scorpio. I hope you guys are doing great. I will see you for your regular readings and on my other social media. I will post those as early as next week, if not this weekend, okay? You're doing great, Scorpio. Sag, I'm here for your full moon reading, which takes place at 5:58, 5:59 Eastern Standard. About that, Sag, battery pack. Your chart looks excellent for the full moon. You guys will have you have Mars in your 7th house, so I feel like there is a lot of energy going into partnerships right now, especially because Mars rules your 5th house, which is romance. The full moon takes place in your 4th house, your house of home, so that might be an overwhelming feeling of joy, or just an emotional high, or an urethral emotional realization period that's occurring right now. Venus is in opposition in your 10th house, so I do feel like you guys have a lot of work and are shining at work and or making more money. Taurus, all right, which is ruled by Venus, as well as Libra, rules your 11th house as well as your 5th house. So I'm sorry, your 6th house as well as your 11th house. So I feel like there's a lot of discussions and communications coming from exterior networks and some blessings there. There's also a lot of debate because you have Jupiter in opposition to Mercury currently, all right? So there may be a lot of discussions and things like this with Jupiter going through Aries, which is your 5th house of children, joy, creativity, as well as children. You know, you may have a big focus on these areas right now of growth. It's in retrograde, so I don't look at retrograde periods as like they're all bad. They can seem like a time of slowdown, but it's also for rethink, redo, and especially with the beneficial planets, it can always like bring more in. you know, and give you a chance to go back to projects, to rethink how you want something, you know, to redo certain things. You know, they can be used to your advantage. And I see you doing that right now with Jupiter going in retrograde in Aries in your 5th house of creativity. I feel like that's popping. It's a super area of growth for you right now. You know, whether you're investing that time and that creativity into work, it is a magnitude of growth. And with Venus in the 10th house for you, I see that as very beneficial. I feel like there's been a lot of changes around work. Some of you guys may have switched jobs several times or switched career paths or something like this, and your everyday activities has changed significantly. And sometimes you may be called on, especially if you're in a service-oriented career, by emergency or by unexpected duties to perform. And I feel like you have been, and at this time, anything you do in a 6th house on a day-to-day drudgery like thing, or heeding the call of duty on whatever form it is, that you're really shining in your 10th house with it right now, since Venus is associated with Taurus and you have Venus in the middle of your 10th house, okay, in opposition to your moon. So I do see this as a happy time, though there will be a square coming from your 7th house in partnerships, okay, where Mars is, okay, to your 10th and your 4th house. So you could have some challenges from partners if you are in a partnership in regards to home and family career balance. You know, that could be your one challenge. Or you could be exhibiting the Mars attributes and really wanting to push forward with new contracts, which could be incoming for you, and things of the like. I pulled a 5-card spread for you. I'm going to go over real quick. But I do see some issues here, and I see a lot of mother-father issues, or issues with a male figure or male boss and a divine feminine. And you pulled several 6s and several 7s. So, you know, if you are really popping at work, I feel as if there was, you know, that you work in a very competitive sphere, or you have a competitive family. I'm getting those vibes very strongly. You popped here with the 2 of Pentacles. As your first card out for this full moon, all right, with the 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay, that's the 8 of Swords in reverse is good. It usually means that you're freeing yourself from any kind of bondage. That could be your own feelings of mental imprisonment about something, or other people's past restrictions on you. In some ways, I do see this 2 of Pentacles as dealing with you as a boss, or some other boss-like or father-like figure here, okay, or a masculine energy that was holding on to an opportunity where you couldn't make a choice or something of this sort, and that's being freed up with this 8 of Swords in reverse. And I do have this in relation to, when I pulled a clarifier on it, I got the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. So I feel like some of you guys may be picked for a very special opportunity at this time, or an opportunity frees itself up because of some work that you did, and it opens up your range of choices. The result, you know, if you take the opportunity, could be that you are carrying a very heavy burden. I have the 10 of Wands here. That's associated with mutable fire energy and everyday living. That's Sagittarius energy, okay? You know, you guys will carry a project to the finish line. You will carry the wands to the castle. You can burn yourself out a little bit doing it, but you can see the bigger picture. You know, a Sag usually can. And obviously there's a lot of other factors in your chart that I'm not looking at here when I'm reading for, you know, thousands of you generally, but you know, it does look like there is a door of opportunity here. There may have been somebody blocking it previously or something of this sort. And I do feel like you're carrying all the wands to the castle, A, to prevent, you know, ever feeling broke, and B, you know, also to ensure a happy home life. Okay, there's something here with that. Okay, and you may have felt a period of indecision or something, you know, off balance with home versus career, or feel pulled in several directions right now because of this square. But there's also a positive, what's called a mystic rectangle in the sky between your 6th house, okay, and work, where Uranus in the North Node is. So I really feel like your efforts are being seen. You know, sometimes when you do 6th house work, you know, you're not always noticed. It's associated with the house of Virgo typically, and Virgos can be workhorses that don't always get recognized sometimes. You know, these are all stereotypes when I'm speaking like this, but in this instance, you know, 6 is a Venusian number. You have pop with several sixes here and several sevens. So I feel like those of you that are dealing with family, you may have bigger family or a lot of partners at work or something of this sort where there was a lot of competition, okay? You know, you just may be in a very competitive role or a very competitive business in one sense or another where you're really going to have to carry, you know, the wands. The thing that you can do to help this along is to explore your options or deliver good news. Stay positive, because I have a page of wands here. Some of you could have focus on a child. I have had several pages show up here, so there could be children involved, especially with an emperor and an empress showing up. But I have the page of wands, and when I asked for a clarifier on that, I got the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Cups. So there's some pain behind this page of wands, which made me go further into it. Even though I don't like to go down a rabbit hole too much in these lunar readings, I did because of the Five of Cups. And with the Five of Cups, I got the Knight of Rods, the Empress, and Temperance. Okay, and with the Queen of Swords, I got the Sun, Strength, and Judgment, which like blew my mind, just because it's just very heavy for clarifiers. And on this Judgment, I asked, and I got the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the King of Cups. So I don't know if your parents are divorced, or you've been through prior relationships in the past, or was some judgment call or something that occurred in August, also could be, that you either had to seek advice on or speak on, or you just really hammered down at that time. But in regards to this page of wands exploration, that is the universe's advice to help you along, which is what I'm most concerned with. On this Knight of Pentacles, I got an Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Moon. So I really feel like you need to tap into that fifth house energy, all right, where, you know, children, joy, and creativity are, which is Aries, all right, which is also pumping through via Mars in your seventh house. I really feel like you guys need to tap into love right now, tap into your creative projects. You have Jupiter and Chiron or Chiron, which is the wounded healer. So sometimes some of you may be healers in one sense or another, or be able to heal others through your work somehow. And I really feel like you're going to get a lot of reward and recognition, and also additional benefits and income from that, whatever way that plays out for you. But there's also a note here to really tap into your creativity and love. And all of those things in Aries are going to be trining off with your sun, moon, or rising, whatever you're in here checking for, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, okay? And so I really see a lot of positivity there. The outcome, if you do that, is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is very fortunate, also associated with Jupiter, okay, which is your ruler, all right, which is in Aries. So again, I see like a big push and emphasis with Jupiter. I see that very beneficial for you guys for creative new projects, whether you've switched careers or not. Recreating things at work to really shine is going to be wonderful for you guys right now, because it opposes your 10th house, and you have Venus transiting your 10th house. But this Wheel of Fortune has the Seven of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hermit. And I wanted to know on the Hermit because that could be inflective of something going down in September, or Virgo, if you have Virgo in your chart, or another Virgo coming in. But it's also about reflection, inward reflection, really tapping into your scholarly abilities, your Merlin abilities, seeking self-reflection, and then acting. You know, the Hermit is very wise, regardless of age. And on the Hermit, I got the Six of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. That is freaking beautiful. Could be related to an old soul tie, could be related to family in general, but it's a brand new start, a brand new beginning. And you had an Ace of Pentacles over here too. All right, and it's very fortuitous, especially with the Six of Wands. That is like a victory dance, a victory march. Could be something you get some public recognition from, with your family and with your career, okay, on multiple fronts. And there's something. You've popped with a Seven of Swords twice, and I've seen it come up and be clarified in regards to competition around you. Didn't look negative. It looked like you were handling it fine, although it's probably been painful. And I think that ties back to this Five of Cups down here, either some mother and father woundings, or something at work woundings, you know, of the competitive environment here, that you move from a very passionate heart, soul, Ace of Wands space when you work. You know, you are driven by passion and ambition, you know, not just for Pentacles. You like Pentacles, but you know, everybody likes to feel secure, but you know, I don't know, there's just something of a higher order here. But see, the Seven of Swords can also be associated with the Maverick, and it's also associated with latter decan of Aquarius, all right, which is where Saturn is currently. So this could have to do with everyday tasks. You could be like reinventing the way you do everyday tasks, what you do with give and take at work and at home and all of these things. There's something very Maverick-like about it, and the Maverick of the Zodiac is associated with Chiron or Chiron, which is also somewhat associated with Virgo, which is currently in Aries, at about middle decan, which would also be trining off with anything that you guys have. So I feel like tapping into these resources is really going to lead you to a victory. There's triple sixes on this Wheel of Fortune in the clarifiers, because I got a Six of Pentacles, I got the Seven of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hermit. And then when I pulled on that Hermit, I got the Six of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So there's literally 3 sixes there, which is a very, very divine arrangement of numbers. Also, again, attached to Venus, so it could be Venusian in value, which I've already gone over how Venus is playing out for you guys. But I also see it as a time where you know, definitely stick with the Sag part of you, of seeing the bigger picture. Go after what you want. Don't care about what other people think, okay, on the exterior, when you're chasing your passions and your dreams. I do see, you know, there is a need to take slow, reliable steps to keep tapping into love here. For some of you, you could have a secret love or a secret passion that's not fully unleashed, and I feel like the advice from the universe, if that's true, is to unleash that. You know, for you, take it as it resonates, to take slow, reliable steps to really get in touch with your emotions that come up at this time, especially positive, loving ones, or drives towards creativity or love, is to take steps in exploring that, even if they're baby steps. When I pulled on the Moon, because I wanted to know if it was secretive or if it was distorted emotions, I didn't get that. I got the Two of Wands, the Father of Cups, and Justice. So I do feel like for some of you, it's either a creative opportunity or endeavor that comes in, or some new love offer, okay? And if you tap in and explore it, it may be different than anything else you've ever had, you know, which brings a sense of justice for you, okay? But for some reason, I feel like you're afraid to step off the ledge, or were in the past, and it may be based off past pain or something of this sort here, and the fact that you're carrying so many wands. For some of you, you may have had somebody around you at work or somewhere else, or with a sibling or family situation that was gaslighting you in some way, or just kind of throwing you bones, or, you know, not being responsible, or something of this sort that kind of blocked victories, or something of this sort that you faced. I see you getting over these wounds. I see that these wounds may be on your mind at the time of the full moon and the 2 weeks after. And I see you really recentering focus and moving out to balance these things, okay? And I see nothing but good here. I mean, these are victory. You know, I do see you in a period of inward reflection. The Moon can bring up heavy emotions that do this, but with the Wheel of Fortune here, there's also a lot of action here, and a stepping up on the wheel, okay? And for some of you, that could be through healing. You know, Chiron was associated with the story of Achilles and the wounded healer, and is also associated with the archer. And, you know, it's like he had a wound that can never heal, but his gift was that he could heal other people because of his wound. Something of this sort that you're rechanneling, okay, and on a several bases on your main access points that I see really popping for you. And again, because of the beneficial aspects that you have to your career house, I see those, you know, the square aspects that you do have. Yes, they present as challenges. The Sagittarius that I have here is fully capable of tapping in, okay? So I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna move on to Capricorn, and I've had to take several takes of some of these videos. So it's later going up, but it will be up today. All right, bye Sag, I'll see you for your regular Capricorn reading. I wanted to do a full moon reading for you guys. I just pulled a spread, and I pulled some clarifiers to save some time for you guys going through these. You pulled here with quite a bit of a love story. So, you know, I mean, I pulled clarifiers to try and read it several different ways. I'm just not getting that. It's either a domesticated partnership and a possibility of another love, or something of this sort here. that's gone down. Okay. Your primary position, first of all, your full moon is in your 3rd house. Okay. The ruler of Pisces is in your 4th house of home. There may be an emphasis on growth at home that went into retrograde, maybe a live-in relationship that changed over the course of time or something of this sort. You also have Uranus going through your 5th, which is your house of romance, joy, creativity, children, okay? So there's probably been a lot of changes over those areas since Uranus first entered. However, it's headed back to the North Node, which is the future path for the entire zodiac. Does it mean that everybody's on the right path? No. In fact, some people, a lot of different signs have made wrong turns and are in a period of reevaluation, especially with the retrogrades going on right now. I show a divine couple here as your primary position. I pulled the Queen of Wands. I asked for clarifiers on it. I got the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Rods, and the King of Rods. That is some sort of restriction around a very passionate divine coupling with a lot of fire. I did identify spots between fire and earth as some primary hot points for this full moon. All right, specifically right at the time of the full moon, if you were born Eastern Standard Time on the Eastern Seaboard, you know that the MC line would be at the Aries Taurus cusp. Okay, making the anti-vertex on the other side, the MC line would be there, and the vertex would be over by the Capricorn Sagittarius cusp. All right, and I am getting a lot of earth and fire in here, so I feel like some of this pull is really going to apply to those of you that may have some primary positions, even if you're not a sun or rising right on that spot. You may have one of your other planets, Mercury or some other planet, near the Capricorn Sagittarius cusp here, okay? For this particular, just the way it pulled today, I just feel that way. Otherwise, you just have a lot of Sagittarian energy, which can also occur because, again, there's an emphasis, there's a full moon on communication, and you pulled here with the letter. I pulled 2 extended Lenormands. I got the mice and the letter. The mice can be a lot of chitter chatter. It can also be like somebody getting into your cupboards, fears around money, actual theft, people encroaching in your space, nibbling on your stuff, being nosy, or actually, you know, nibbling on your funds, okay? And you have Saturn, your ruler, going through your 2nd house in Aquarius, okay? So there's been a lot of duties in regards to income anyways over the past few years, and a lot of changes for you guys, all right, in general in those areas. But what I have here as the reason for this King and Queen of Wands is this, and the Eight of Swords came out in reverse. So it could be that around this time of this full moon, there's communication that comes in or out. And for some reason, I feel like it's you that wants to do the communication. And you may be afraid to communicate because of something that went down or happened that you now are afraid to backtrack on, or something of this sort I'm picking up, and I'll go over why. For others of you, it could be that somebody communicates with you and then it leaves you all up in your head about what to do. All right, but what I did get here is this Queen and King of Rods, okay? That's a very passionate couple. Very good looking, very passionate, very charismatic. Ace of Rods is right in between it. That usually is suggestive of something new. This could be somebody that you were supposed to have a new beginning with and didn't, or want a new beginning with, and whatever it is, there's a lot of passion there. I also pulled, the primary reasoning for that was the Knight of Wands. That's, again, spearheading a project or going after somebody full force, okay? And on that, I see Justice, the 2 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess, all right? And you pulled another 4 of Pentacles down here because whatever this leaves you in a state, I have it as a result of the 9 of Swords, something leaving you very up in your head, very anxiety-ridden. Sometimes, you know, the 9 of Swords can be anxiety. Anxiety can come on because of prior trauma, fears, stress that aren't actually based in reality, or things, you know, things that have not actually happened can bring on anxiety. Sometimes they're from our past experiences. Sometimes they're from fear. Various reasons. Sometimes they're based on reality, and that's why you're having anxiety, because you're not sure what to do about a certain scenario. Anyways, I show here a 9 of Swords as the result, and the result behind that has to do with the 6 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. So I feel like there's a sense of stress that comes on around the time of this full moon, okay, either about communication you receive or communication that you want to put out there, all right, that causes you a great deal of stress surrounding family issues or old soul ties or prior investments in a relationship or where you invested your love in previously, or you're just significantly stressed about offering a cup of love to someone, taking action towards them, okay? Could play out various ways, so I just don't want to leave some of you out, because for some of you that are a lot younger, you know, under 35, with no children, never been married, never lived with anybody, this could be reflective of your parents affecting you here as well, okay? For the majority of you, there's just too much going on here for it to be, and too many kings and queens popped up. The Four of Pentacles is, you know, when I asked what you could do about the situation to help it along or hinder it, I got the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of, and then on the clarifier for the Four of Pentacles, we got the Nine of Swords, the Lovers, and the King of Pentacles. There you are. Okay, I feel like there was some decision that you're still stressed out about that you made here. You may have juggled somebody else for a third party and then reinvested into that relationship, or need to make a decision about a reconciliation that you really want to work on hard, okay, but you're all up in your head and you haven't taken action, okay, something of this sort, and you're holding on to the anxiety rather than taking the action, okay, or the communication that you receive makes you feel anxiety ridden or really, really excited, but it requires that you make some crucial decisions. The Lover's card is associated with Gemini, but can also have to do with decisions, okay? There's a lot of drive towards decisions right now because Mars is in Gemini and it's squaring with the full moon, okay? Because those are all mutable signs. So it's making a square to the full moon in Pisces and to the sun, okay? So a choice may be involved that you feel like you need to act on, and you may need to act on it, you know, especially if you've sat around on it for a little while, okay? And I feel like some of you may have slept on something for a while, that you went into rest and hermit mode on, and you've really had to garner your strength or something on, because I have numbing over here, and when I asked for that to see if, you know, some of you could have been numbing, self-medicating or something like that, or somebody else was, or in a period of sleep or acting indifferent over something, but I have numbing right after unconditional love. So again, I feel like this involves love, somebody you feel a lot of love for, you know, and I have the Four of Swords, the Hermit, and strength. Sorry. So I feel as if, you know, you've gone into a period of rest and relaxation, but you may have been acting like you don't care on the outside, or somebody else was, something of this sort. But during that time, you weren't not thinking, something like this. And whatever you were thinking about, you haven't been able to let go of with this Four of Pentacles on this anxiety. Like, it hasn't gone away. I feel like for some of you, there's somebody else that put pressure on you about a relationship that may have not been involved in the relationship or something like this, because I have scare tactics with the Mother of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Mother of Pentacles. It literally could have two competing women, or a mother figure, or a sister, or something like that. Somebody enticing fear around what you want to go after, because this free will came out in reverse. And when I asked for a clarifier on it, I got the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Rods, and the Three of Rods. So I feel like, you know, you felt like you could not tap into a seriously significant creative offer, you know, or you didn't have the free will to do it. And you also popped here with Runner, all right? And on the Runner, I get the Father of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Fool. It's like, that's either you or somebody else that ran from a highly passionate relationship and taking a fool's leap into something. And if it's you, I feel like you haven't been able to forget about it. You know, it just hasn't gone away. And what may happen is a heightened sense of emotion around the time of this full moon and for the 2 weeks after that leads you into finally expressing your emotions, okay? And if it's you, there may be some backtracking that you need to do that, okay? And that may have been what held you back for a little while, something of this sort. Take it as it resonates. But on this, you know, I have a Mother and a Father of Pentacles. Again, I feel like there was some sort of domesticated partnership, either an ex that interfered with a new love, or your own fear of taking a leap into a relationship that might wind up being serious, long-lasting, and committed. Capricorns are usually not afraid of commitment. However, you do have, they're very loyal and steadfast, okay? But you do have Uranus going through your 5th house, of romance, okay? And it's probably enticed a lot of change over since 2017, 18, all right? But now it's connected to the North Node. So like the inklings you're getting about what you really want are very on point when it comes to creative projects and romance, okay? All right, and then, you know, what I do show here is that if you are able to release some of the anxiety, and I see the anxiety being around a reconciliation, a choice you need to make that you've been gnawing and anxiety ridden over making. It could involve you communicating, you know, and sometimes a Capricorn can have a hard shell. Bottom of the deck on this, there you are. Devil, 8 of Wands, communication and movement, 7 of Cups. Options, Tower. Like, I think you're afraid. I think you're afraid. I think some of you are afraid of something here. Temperance is the result if you're able to let go of this anxiety and move towards what you want, which, if this is resonating for you, has been gnawing at you for quite a long time. Okay? And you're going to totally resonate with what I'm saying right now if this is your reading. The advice from the universe is that if you're able to release the anxiety to make the choice, you wind up in King Power here, okay? To not be afraid. And the result is Temperance. Again, I keep popping with these cusper aspects, especially on top of having a divine couple here as a King of Rods. Somebody's got some major fire in their chart. Sorry about that. Your final card here, if you are able to do that, and go towards the choice you need to make, if it's actually due to a reconciliation or stopping juggling or something you want to invest quite a bit in and work very, very hard at. Very, very hard. I have the 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. On this is Temperance, which is divine protection, okay? Again, showing up with Sagittarian energy. Again, Temperance is associated with Jupiter as well. Jupiter being the ruler of the Greek Hellenistic ruler of Pisces, where the full moon is, as well as the ruler of Sagittarius, okay? And that is currently in your 4th house in Aries, okay? In retrograde. So it is a look back time, okay? And these are very strong look back times with these outer planets in retrograde to really set things right, okay? And really pay attention to our internal inklings about what makes us happy and what we really want. Okay, and sometimes that can be scary. But anyways, I do have Temperance here. I have a 9 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the 8 of Wands. There's something you're freeing yourself from independence-wise, and it's to go towards love. For some of you, it's to go towards love. And for some of you, it's restrictions on that you've had. But I have the 9 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the 8 of Wands. That is fast forward movement, a lot of fast movement, okay? And it is an internal movement. Okay, you may be going towards somebody that's single, independent, pre-empress energy. Could be, you know, you've had the Hermit and the Virgo. I see Virgo coming up here. I see Other Earth coming up here. I see water coming up here. Again, I've discussed the fire that's showing, and then here on this 8 of Wands, I have strength, judgment, and when I asked on judgment, I got the 2 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. There are some old feelings of abandonment or a fear of abandoning or being in a state of indecision due to old family ties or old soul ties here, or past pain. Okay, but you've made some sort of judgment call here, and you will be protected in this. But you do, you know, the advice is to move and to communicate from the heart and soul, okay? And you will be fine. But I do see a connection here, a very strong one. There is some sort of love connection here, and I'm not sure that you're even with this person because of the multiple instances of the 8 of Swords I saw, in addition to this runner thing, this free will in reverse with this stuff on it, this numbing and all this other stuff. I mean, it's just like, it just keeps repeating throughout the reading. So I'm not sure if that's on your part or somebody's coming towards you, okay? Or if you're just grappling with somebody that ran on you. And if you are, you know, you're going to let go of the anxiety about that, all right, to make a move towards victory and not punish yourself over something else. But for some of you, with this primary position being here of this, with this Knight of Wands, I just don't see that. There's some form of intuition here. High Priestess is down here, associated with Pisces. You know, I just see it as very, and it's your reading, not the other person's, as being related to you. However, some of you may have to swallow your pride to talk to this person, in addition to apologize, or something of this sort here is going on. And you know, something here of this sort, okay? And it could have involved other people's, and you know, intermeddling with this relationship, or a love relationship, okay? For those of you that have gone through a breakup, I just don't see it as that. I mean, I see this as some communication incoming or outgoing that's pretty serious over the next 2 weeks, with a potential for a lot of love and a very passionate thing, but you may want to run like hell from it, or have in the past, something of this sort. Anyway, I hope that was a good reading for you guys. I will see you for your normal readings. I will be doing a check-in for Singled and Troubled in Love this month. I already did your 12 house check-in. Definitely check that out as well. All right, I will be thinking of you guys. There is a square to the mutable signs, but there is a positive trine from Mercury, the ruler of Virgo. All right, opposite, which is in the 9th house, opposite of the full moon, all right, to Mars, all right, which is in Gemini, all right. So, you know, Mercury is a planet of communication. It is in retrograde, and sometimes in retrograde, you go back and talk to people from the past, or people from the past come back and talk to you. There's a recircling of some sorts, okay, and especially with the rest of the things that have been going on, there's something here, Cappy. All right, I wish you guys the best of luck with it. Let me know how it goes. I will see you for your other readings. Have a great day. Hi, Aquarius. How are you? I'm here to do your full moon reading for the full moon, which takes place this Saturday. Okay, it is Friday. I tried to get these all out yesterday, but I had to refilm a couple of them that got destroyed or messed up. Anyways, I have, for the sake of time, pulled clarifiers here. If you have any Capricorn in your chart, definitely go back and check Capricorn as well, all right, especially since you guys have Pluto nearing the border of Capricorn and Aquarius, all right. I do see you guys chasing some sort of wish fulfillment, okay, here around the time of the full moon, okay, and the 2 weeks there following, okay. This full moon takes place in Pisces, which is your 2nd house, okay, of income, resources, the things we value, the things we find beautiful, okay, things of this sort. There may be a heightened period of emotions or realizations. You pop down here with Epiphany in regards to those things, all right. You pop down here with Runner. I do think that there is a significant soul connection here of some sort or another, whether you're with this person or not right now, because you pop down here with 5th dimension, and you pop down here with, this is interesting, you pop down here with spring and transformation in the reverse. So I feel that some of you that resonate with this, something occurred in the spring, or rather did not occur that was going to occur, or something like this. Something failed to occur that was going to occur. Whether that's your own transformation or somebody else's, something didn't go through in spring that you expected to go through. Okay, I do see, you know, the second, 10 of Pentacles is popping out. Could have to do with legacy or family or something of this sort. Okay, but you're popping over here. I pulled 2 extended Lenormands. You're popping over here with a Clover, which is one of the luckiest cards in the deck for the Lenormand, and wine, ripening over time, the good stuff, alchemy, something very, something that's like very, I don't know, noteworthy or treasurable or something of this sort is on your mind, and it is your wish fulfillment, because the primary position I'm getting is the 9 of Cups. Now, the 2nd house opposes the 8th house, so this could have to do with a deeply transformative sexual relationship of some sort, something of this nature, okay? Your 2nd house opposes your 8th house. Your 8th house is Virgo, okay? Venus is in Virgo, so sometimes you will feel, you know, personal planets when they transit certain houses can actually appear as energy. So you guys might have a specific energy that's on your mind right now. If you have personal planets in Pisces This will hit you doubly or so if you have any personal or significant planets in Pisces. This moon will be especially impactful for you on the 2nd and 8th house axis points, okay? And I see you chasing some sort of wish fulfillment. Now there will be a square to Mars, which is in Gemini, and but you know, that kind of, you know, squares can be a challenge, but they can also get us moving, okay? Too many trines and people don't move because everything's too easy and you kind of just sit on your haunches or your laurels or something, you know? So a square can be, you know, get you moving. And in this case, I do think it gets people moving, especially because it's backed by a trine from Mercury, which is the ruler of Virgo and of Gemini, okay? And you know, Mercury is all about communications. It's in retrograde, so sometimes you can circle back to something at this time, all right? But I do see you here with the 9 of Cups with the Sun. The reason for the 9 of Cups is the Sun. So whatever it is that you want to go after represents ultimate happiness in the deck. The Sun is ultimate joy and happiness in the deck, okay? Then you pulled the Hermit, which is the likely outcome. So there might be something secretive or that you're not talking about, or something about your wish fulfillment might be a secret, or something you go after may put you in a state of wisdom, or you feel a great state of wisdom because of the ethereal nature of the impacts of this full moon on you, about something, about an epiphany or a realization about something to do with your wish fulfillment, okay? And I have the 9 of Swords, Death in the reverse, and the 7 of Cups. So some of you guys could have had some sort of languishing ending to an income source of one kind or another, or a job or something like this, okay? Death in reverse. Death is associated with Scorpio. Scorpio is your 10th house, okay? You could have had a languishing breakup or a languishing period of playing the field or something like this that you have this kind of epiphany about or this realization about, and it could be about work as well. Like I said, this touches on multiple access points. There's also a mystic triangle in the sky. I'm sorry, a mystic rectangle in the sky, which is created between your 4th house of home, where you've had a lot of changes, okay, since 2017-18. Home probably hasn't been too stable. You've moved to restabilize it, and then that's caused problems some way or another, okay? It'll play out differently for all of you. But right now there is the true node is very close to Uranus. So the inklings that you're getting now about the changes you want to make, they're pretty dead on, okay? It's in its 3rd retrograde period, August of 20 to January of 21, August of 21 to January of 22, and now August to January, okay? And it will create an exact square to Saturn in your sign, okay? Which can create some towers. So if you don't move to change on the deep inklings that you're getting on, whether you're following your true soul's path or not, in multiple different areas of your chart, there will be some, you know, the universe will step in there and help do that. So, but what I do have here is, you know, there's something to do with options. Could be about income and work and partnership for whatever reason, okay, that you reach these epiphanies about right now, or some sort of realization, okay? The advice from the universe on what you can do to help or hinder this along is the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is like, go after a relationship. There's some significant relationship here that represents a wish fulfillment here for you, okay? And when I asked for clarifiers on it, I got the 9 of Cups, again, reiterating that this is the wish fulfillment. The King of Pentacles, this person could have Earth in their chart, or you could have some Earth in your chart, but this is also a sign of a domesticated partnership, okay? Or something very, very serious and long-term lasting, and something you feel very loyal to, something here. Could be with business, okay? Like I said, and to make the offer. This involves an offer. This is the 2 of Wands, okay? Or a contract of some sort, okay? And the outcome will be the Moon and the 7 of Swords, which I find very interesting. I'm going to pull on the Moon real quick, but the Moon is, you know, just a representation of maybe something can come to fruition over the course of the 2 weeks following the 2 moon, or it could be a Pisces or somebody with some Cancer in their chart, okay? To have the 7 of Swords here, the 7 of Swords is associated with the sign of Aquarius, in particular the latter decan of Aquarius, okay? But when I pulled on the 7 of Swords, I got the 2 of Swords, the Queen of rods and the 10 of rods. So you may have been in some period of indecision or feel like you had to make some moves around a Queen of Rods. Could be somebody with some fire in their chart. That's been a very heavy burden, or you've been in a place of indecision about something, or feel like you have to do something under the radar or low key, or something you feel like somebody may challenge you if you go after your wish fulfillment, something of this sort. So you may, but the advice is to go after it, but then the advice is maybe to keep it under the radar. I hate to say that, but there's something here like that. Yeah, there's a lot of communication. On this moon, I get the Knight of Swords, the 5 of Rods, and the Star. So you may be communicating or taking action to communicate or move towards somebody that's done in haste or something of this sort. You may need to do it swiftly or want to do it swiftly. You may be discussing some things about competition or healing from things regarding competition. Take it as it resonates. The Star is here. That's your card. That's your major arcana. That's a wish fulfillment. There's 3 wish fulfillment cards here. But something about this may be deeply urethral or under the radar still, okay? And it might be to do with this other person over here, you know, that's left you in a place of indecision for a long time and is just proven to be a heavy burden or something of this sort, okay? That you are now going to make a decision about based on your emotions, rather than, you guys can be a lot of Swords energy. You're an air sign, okay? I do see that there's a possibility of cutting ties with somebody down here. You may need to do that, or somebody may have tried to influence. I have cutting ties, I have strange and sinister, racist, rejection, finesse, manipulator, trickster. You may have been dealing with somebody that was trying to manipulate you or trick you into not going after your wish fulfillment on some form or another, okay? You may have experienced these things in yourself. You may have had to readjust your own expectations of certain things to truly go after your wish fulfillment and truly realize what that is. Something of this nature, okay? Something of this nature here is reaching some sort of crescendo. On that mystic triangle, it runs between Venus and the Sun to the South Node, which is the past, okay, to the moon, all right, and the moon is, you know, close to Juno and less than 10 degrees away from Neptune, the modern ruler of Pisces, and then is also in sextile to Uranus. So there is a push and drive for change, again, within your home, and these are positive for a lot of creativity and change, and you may have to get creative in something you want, okay? But I guess the thing is to take action, okay? Based on whatever, if this resonates for you, you're gonna know there's something you're holding on to here in regards to heartbreak that you may have moved away from, or you may want to move towards more calmer waters here in regards to, again, in regards to prior heartbreaks or something of this sort here. Feelings of your own restriction. 8 of Swords is trying to pop out. Give me this 3 of Swords here. But yeah, there's something here, could have to do with a Leo that you have to reject, or that rejected you, or something of this sort here, which is your 7/7 sign, okay? Or your own feelings of rejection here, hold on, that you're moving away from at this time, that caused you previous heartbreak where there's been an ending. 10 of Swords, okay? Give me this 4 of Pentacles. The Devil, the 8 of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Rods. Yeah, some of you are dealing with somebody with a fire, sun, or rising, I would think. I don't know. I just, you know, could be holding on to old codependent relationships, or somebody is acting very possessive and codependent and a little obsessed with you, or something like this. You're releasing the shackles. Something like this. Okay, you may have been watching somebody from afar, or making a decision from afar, trying to weigh out your options for a very long time about what to do about some heartbreak. All right, that's impeded you from going after your own wish fulfillment. Yeah, on this Page of Swords, I get the Knight of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the Lovers. A lot of you have slept on making a love offer to somebody you have an intense connection to. You've stayed at the sidelines or something like this for a long time. Yeah, weighing your options. It's been a heavy burden. Yeah. Some of you may have juggled somebody, Knight of Rods. Or it took a lot of patience to not go towards somebody or something like that. You just couldn't decide. You got too stuck up in your head about emotional options and juggling. So you just rested on something for a while and thought about it for a while. And for some of you, the 2 weeks they're following are going to clear the way for you to really get in touch with those sections of your chart and make some moves for those of you that heed the call and this resonated for. So I hope that was helpful, Aqua. I'm going to do Pisces and then I'm going to load these into the others and get this posted for you guys. I will see you for your singled and troubled in love and for my other posts. Don't forget to check your other placements. Bye, Aqua. Hi Pisces, welcome to your full moon reading. I hope you guys are doing great. The full moon, it's tomorrow morning Eastern Standard Time, 5:58, 5:59, and will be in effect for approximately 2 weeks after the full moon. You probably feel the energy the past day or two coming on as the moon moves closer. That said, there's been a lot of firepower that's popped up, so definitely check your sun, moon, and rising, or Venus or true node, whatever you normally check on these. If this one does not resonate, I always check them anyways. You know, when I look for myself, I always check my sun, moon, rising at a minimum. Anyways, you are popping up with some love energy here. All right, the present position I have for you at the time of this full moon is a King of Wands. Okay. That is a lot of firepower, a lot of charisma. The King of Wands goes after what he wants. Very good looking, male or female. You may be an entrepreneur. You may own your own business. You may be an explorer of some sort. But I do see that you've made a move away towards greater stability, or you're making a move away towards greater stability of the mind in one sense or another. And I do have instances here of some of you popping up with either a father or boss-like figure or something here that was shut down. And the result of this full moon will be that you will be able to close out a cycle. For some of you, I see that popping up as a cycle of some sort of divorce, okay? You may have an ex that is a recovering addict or was an addict or something of this sort. I literally have escapists running away from their problems, high and crazy, divorce, insatiable, rebound. I don't know, you guys may be dealing with multiple energies, okay? You may have run into somebody who was on the rebound, or your ex may have rebounded or something of this sort. But I do show you shutting down this cycle in one way or another here, because you showing up with this power, it makes a lot of sense the way I've seen them pop up. But Mars is moving through Gemini, which is squaring the sun and the moon. However, there is a trine from Mercury, which is in Libra, representative of justice and the justice card, and you have justice here on this King of Wands. When I ask for clarifiers, I got the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and justice. So I feel as if you withdrew your energy or your enthusiasm from anything you don't have passion for anymore. You withdrew it. Like anything that you did not have a fire in your belly for, you're dropped, or are dropping, or realizations of this dropping. And there may be conversations in regards to these things as well, especially with justice being here. Mercury is going through there as well. So if there's any final matters that need to be wrapped up, I see you doing so. And I see you moving towards greater stability, communicating and moving to do that, to free yourself from an imprisonment. Okay, because on this Six of Swords, I got the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So wherever you were in the past kept you from ultimate everyday happiness. That is a card associated with Pisces, the Ten of Cups, and everyday living. You have Venus opposing your sign in Virgo. Okay, so you know, I feel as if you know, items related to 8th house issues, okay, and 3rd house issues may also be of relevance here, okay? Small networks, siblings, things of this sort, and in addition to legacy, inheritance matters, and things of this sort. Building your own legacy, building your own something here, okay? And I see you with a lot of work. A lot of you guys are engaged in a lot of work. On this King of Wands, I have the Ten of Wands, I have the Devil, and I have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel as if you guys have had to work really, really hard to take care of everyone. in one way or another here, or to reassert a balance of proper give and take, okay, that you may have carried more than your weight in regards to certain areas of your life, or something was off balance or something here. And this is why you are working so hard right now, okay, to break yourself free. I pulled 2 extended Lenormands. You pop with the Milky Way, which is excellent for getting yourself out there in 11th house areas, okay. All right, let me just see my chart real quick. Yeah, which would be Capricorn. Those have gone through massive transition and are about to enter Aquarius. So, you know, you're going to see a lot of wonderful changes once they do. I can't wait for it to enter Aquarius, even though, you know, it is your 12th house. I see that as greatly transformational. You guys are the natural home base for the 12th house, so you work pretty well with the 12th house. The snake popped up here. I want some clarifiers on the snake, but with the Milky Way, I feel like you're doing a lot of networking, a lot of 11th house kind of, you know, transformations in that realm. All right. You popped here with the snake, which can be a sign of increased sexuality, or in regards to actually dealing with a snake or somebody that betrayed you. Obviously, you've had some symbols of somebody that betrayed you down here. Some of you literally may be in the process of divorce or something like that, or some sort of legal remedies or something of that sort is popping here if you are. If not, a breakup of something significant with a live-in in the past. All right. I am showing here on the snake with the 3 of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the 9 of Rods. So I do feel like there's something here about transformations and collaborations and contracts. All right. And you may have felt like you're a wounded warrior, especially if you were waiting on a contract for a while. You may have felt like somebody was being sneaky or something of this sort here. All right. Or had their walls up, or wasn't collaborating, or something of this sort, because here on this Emperor, with the result, I do show that you will be able to transform and move on here. You know, this Emperor, I got the 5 of Pentacles, the 6 of Rods, and the Hangman. So I feel as if there is something with you taking over and being the boss or dominion of your own domain, or separating from some sort of boss-like figure or father-like figure here, and making your own way, or transforming the way you view yourself as a father here. That's very significant. That's going to come about, you know, for a massive transition, because death popped out with this, so I kept it, and I got the Ace of Cups, death, and the Emperor on the death. All right, and again, so I feel like you have, you know, dealt with situations where you were left out in the cold. I see a lot of change, or just not getting back what you needed or what you put in, whether that was love-wise, time-wise, whatever, something here on multiple levels that are in a process of transition and beautification right now, that you have a lot of drive to change with that Mars energy, even though it's squaring that positive trine from Libra, where Mercury is, to Mars. I think it's beneficial. Okay. You have a 5 of Wands here, and how you can help or hinder this process. I have a 5 of Wands here. Okay, and on the 5 of Wands, I asked for a clarifier. I got the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords. And it's like, stop working so hard on anything that keeps you tied up. You're not going to compete anymore for things that left you hanging or in a space of indecision. You're going to put all your competitive energy into those things that you can breed a change from, if that makes sense. Okay, the result, if you do that, I love this, is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I do have the 3 of Cups on that, the 4 of Swords on that, and the 2 of Pentacles. So I do see a time of celebration, rest, maybe relaxation, and a lot of wonderful things coming in the future. All right, because of the decisions that you're able to make, you know, to cut from the fray, or cut from things that, you know, not, you know, let people into your circles that are not. I'm getting on this 2 of Pentacles, I get the 4 of Rods, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Some of you may have a divine counterpart that comes in, you know, in the future here. That's a very rewarding relationship. Okay, they may have Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus in their chart. All right, you may make a decision to marry this person or build a solid foundation with this person. All right, Virgo is your 7-7 sign, so you know, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, you're highly attracted to Virgos. You know, Virgos are, you know, like the, you know, a 7-7 sign is like the epitome of the Two of Cups. It's two very different people on opposite ends of the zodiac wheel that find each other very attractive and complementary in some, you know, way. So anyways, let's see. I'm going to pull on this Lovers here. What's the Lovers here? I do see some sort of celebrate. Yeah, Ace of Cups, Temperance, and the King of Cups. Holy shit. There you are. Whoever that is some new like love that you will have overpouring. You know, that's with the Ace of Cups goes to the Ten of Cups, which is why you left this other situation. So there is a lot of love and deep feeling towards this person. Somebody may come along in the next 2 weeks, and some of you may already know this person because I do have the Three of Cups here with it, which can be a reconciliation or a celebration with somebody you already know or with family. I do have it here with the retreat and rest. Hold on, what's this Four of Swords? Yeah, there may have been some like sleeping on some sort of thing or delayed, because especially if you are in some sort of breakup, there may have been delays to your own personal life because of something you were wrapping up. You know, and for others of you, somebody may have slept on making you an offer. Okay, give me this. Give me this right here. All right, this person may have Scorpio in their chart that you become involved with on some level. All right, or you may. Hold on. Yeah, you may have had languishing remorse or something over a prior ending, or somebody may come back towards you. I'm not saying that you've ever dated this person or something before, but somebody may have made a move, waited to move towards you, or you may have waited to move towards something because of old pain. But I feel that all of your old pain, that you're already working on all of that from what I see in your chart and what I see here. Although it does look like there are some things that, you know, are on your mind right now around the time of the full moon, and some new things coming in which are rather beautiful. I also wanted to mention that there is a grand rectangle or grand mystic rectangle in the sky between Uranus, okay, which is your third house of communication. You may have some unexpected communications about emotions or something, all right, around the time of the full moon or within 2 weeks after, that are pretty strong, all right, pretty strong and transformative, to say the least, okay. And with that trining Venus, it could be unexpected. Could be unexpected, or you know, whatnot, but it promises to be beautiful. And I see a large drive supported by mutable energy because of the ruler of Gemini and Virgo. So though, you know, yes, it can present a challenge and you may not have like a bump free ride over the next 2 weeks, I see it as overall beautiful, okay, with you willing to deal with bumps to get what you want, which seems to be a Ten of Cups. Who can fault you for that? All right, Pisces, so that's what I have for you. I hope you guys do great. Let me know how it goes. I will see you for your regular readings. I did your 12 house check-in already. I will do a singled and troubled in love as well for you guys this month. Bye, Pisces. Enjoy the full moon.